Hello everyone, welcome to TTV News with some latest events in TayNinhTV Province. The audience, according to the Trade Union of TayNinhTV Provincial Economic Zone, the unit with the largest number of union members and employees in the province, until January 30th, the 9th day of the Lunar New Year 2023, nearly 100% of employees working at enterprises in industrial zones have returned to work. Ms. Nguyễn Thị Kim Liên, chairwoman of the Trade Union of TayNinhTV Provincial Economic Zone, said that nearly 100% of the total 115,342 employees working at 211 enterprises in industrial zones in the province have returned to work. About 30% of businesses have started working since the 6th day of the Lunar New Year. The remaining businesses resume operations from the 9th to 10th day of the first lunar month. Some businesses are in need of recruiting more workers due to the stable production situation after that and increased orders. Ms. Liên also said to attract workers back to work after the Tet holiday, the Trade Union of the Provincial Economic Zone had directed the grassroots trade unions directly under its management to coordinate with business owners to well implement the issue of salary and debt bonus for union members and employees, organize joyful and practical activities such as giving gifts and trade union shelters to difficult members, donating bus tickets to workers to reunite with their families, as well as presenting gifts to laborers who are working far from home but celebrated at their boarding houses in TayNinhTV Province.
On January the 30th, Mr. Võ Văn Dũng, Secretary of Rangban Town Party Committee, chaired a conference to deploy the task of the party building in 2023. It is an important year in celebrating the implementation and striving to complete the goals, especially by 2025 to build Rangban Town into a Grade 3 urban area and become a city directly under the province. So, the town's party committee will focus on leading and directing to promote the socio-economic development. The locality will prioritize large investment projects with advanced technology, quality products, and stable markets. Develop logistics services to the east wing of the town on the basis of the advantage that the inland container depot investment projects and logistics services in Hưng Thuận and Đông Thuận communes will come into operation in the time to come, implementing the town's tourism development projects focusing on development industry, products and services with competitive advantages. The town will also attach importance to the development of high-tech agriculture, organic agriculture in association with infrastructure investment to enhance added value and sustainable development, mobilize investment resources to build urban infrastructure, focusing on solving difficulties, ensuring the progress of compensation and site clearance for the project according to the set plan, especially the key projects. Secretary Võ Văn Dũng requested grassroots branches and party committees to develop action plans and programs in line with the actual situation, attach importance to party building work in association with the socio-economic development, improving the people's living standards, and unite to overcome difficulties to achieve many important results in 2023.
The audience, on January 30th, more than 230,000 graders from kindergarten to high school in the province returned to school after that holiday. This move comes as schools are preparing and creating the best conditions for students to return to school. Our correspondent report at Kim Dong Primary School in TayNinhTV City shows that the admission of students took place quickly for the first class of the second semester of the 2022-2023 school year. On the first days of the new spring, teachers kicked off the program by chatting, sharing, and confiding about that holiday to make the class more fun. To welcome students back to school, the classrooms have been carefully cleaned and disinfected. Previously, the school also discussed with parents about the return schedule to ensure the number of students on the first day back to school.
Our school has prepared a clean, green and beautiful environment for the pupils to return to school. The pupils are very relatively sufficient on first day of school, with a total of more than 1,000 private pupils. The teachers are also professionally ready for the second semester.
In the morning of the same day, after the flag-raising ceremony at the beginning of the year, students of high schools in the province officially entered the second semester of the school year. The students were happy to see their friends and teachers again after that holiday.
I'm very happy to return to school after that holiday, and I get to see my teachers and friends again and prepare for the new semester.
I feel very excited and happy to see my friends and teachers again. My goal for this school year is to graduate from high school and enter the university that I want. More than 450 schools and more than 330,000 students in TayNinhTV province have entered the second semester of the 2022-2023 school year. After the long-term holiday, the teachers review knowledge for their students to be able to achieve good results in the second semester.
The Grand Ritual dedicated to the brightest father, Đức Chí Tôm, is one of the two biggest festivals of Catholicism in the province. It is a festival that attracts the attention of believers and visitors from all over the world. Over 12,000 believers and tourists come into far and wide to participate in this year's Grand Ritual. On the ninth day of the first lunar month every year, Cao Đài followers solemnly hold the Grand Ritual dedicated to the Đức Chí Tôm, to symbolize the Supreme Being or the Right Father and the formation of all things under the Cao Đài Holy See, praying for the peace and prosperity, good weather and happiness for all families. It is also an opportunity for the co-religionists to create blessing for themselves and their younger generations also. It is also an attraction to remind believers to remember the gratitude of their parents on while preserving and promoting the tradition of good life and good religion. The Grand Ritual is an opportunity for Cao Đài followers to strictly adhere to pure religious activities in accordance with the principles and purposes of their religious practice, cultivate their morality, and perform acts of humanity, solidarity, and love.
The audience, according to TayNinhTV Department of Culture, Sports and Tourism, from January 19 to 29, 2023, it means from 28th day of the 12th lunar month to the 8th day of the first lunar month, Bà Mountain National Tourist Area has welcomed nearly 1 million visitors. By the end of January 29th, Bà Mountain National Tourist Area had welcomed 906,797 visitors, an increase of over 137% compared to the same period. An increase of over 137% compared to the same period in 2021. The revenue of entrance tickets is estimated at more than 8.6 billion Vietnam dong, up over 47%. During this Lunar New Year, due to the high number of tourists to Bà Mountain, high traffic density sometimes causes prolonged congestion on the DT790 route leading to Bà Mountain Tourist Area. The police force must regularly implement the regulations plan. Inside the tourist area, the management board regularly coordinates with localities, the police, military control, and related units to assign and arrange forces to ensure security and order. Business points are also arranged reasonably to meet the requirements of order, civilization, politeness, environmental hygiene, food hygiene and safety, fire prevention, and listing the selling price of goods. Tourism business units also regularly announce regulations on civilized tourism behavior. It's estimated that by the end of January 30th, the number of visitors to Bà Mountain National Tourist Area would reach 1 million.
The people often go to pagoda and worship Buddha on the first days of the new year to pray for themselves and their families with a good health and peaceful life, advancement in work and success. In TayNinhTV province, in addition to famous pagodas, the locals as well as tourists from far and wide also visit Thiền Lâm Pagoda, also known as Gò Cảng. Gò Cảng Pagoda is one of the over 100 years old pagodas in the TayNinhTV province with a combination of modern and ancient architecture. The most impressive is the complex in the southeast, largest Buddha statue of Quan Âm with a height of 25 meters, standing on a 7-meter high icon. Some people often visit pagodas to worship, admire the scenery, and also pray for a peaceful, prosperous and full life, a happy family, and a successful job. Walking Pagoda in Taynan province is a stop not to be missed, with a spiritual journey of tourists on the first day of the Lunar New Year.
Ladies and gentlemen, TayNinh is home to pristine natural scenery and a long-standing spiritual architectural complex at Padang Mountain, Cao Đai Holy See. This will be the destinations that attract millions of pilgrims every year. For the rest of the program today, we would like to introduce to you the report's title, TayNinh Tourism on the Way to Take Off. TayNinh is actually transforming itself out of the hidden corner in the southeast to attract tourists. With the gradual improvement of tourism services, synchronous investment in infrastructure and landscapes, the number of visitors to tourist sites and attractions is increasing, with an average increase of 15% per year. In 2022 alone, the number of tourists to TayNinh for the first time exceeded 4.5 million. TayNinh has also become one of the 5 largest tourist attractions in the country, a must-not-miss destination for travel enthusiasts. The desire to turn the tourist industry into an important economic sector of the province is so close to reality. Particularly in recent years, many new tourism products have been available at Padang Mountain, meeting the needs of tourism services that tourists are aiming for. The products such as the world's largest cable car system using European technology, the Asia's tallest bronze statue of Table Dashen on the top of the mountain, Buddha exhibition space, especially new flowers, are continuously planted, creating a poetic and impressive scene on the mountaintop. It can be said that one of the reasons making a breakthrough for TayNinh tourism in recent years, especially in 2022, is the presence of strategic investors, particularly the cooperation with Sun Group in developing Padang Mountain National Tourist Area into a high-class spiritual and cultural tourist destination. This is also an important premise for the province tourism industry to develop breakthroughs, becoming a high-class destination of Vietnam in the coming years. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all for today's TTV News. Thanks for joining us and see you next time.